You know what? Forget the rest. Drink Columbia Crest. Why? 2005 Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon, the 2009 Wine Spectator Wine of the Year. You know, we're here at this beautiful facility, this great winery in Patterson, Washington. We get to drink all of the reserve wines today from their program, and also the 2005 Cabernet Sauvignon. So if you want to join me, come on, let's go and have some fun. Welcome to Something to Wine About.
Siento que el mundo no para, me vuelvo loco. Siento que el sol no calienta nada ni un poco. Vivo en el borde y al filo de una navaja, pero por Dios en mi tierra.
Hi, we're here at Columbia Crest Winery in their barrel room where the reserve wines are kept. And just take a look around us at all of these fabulous barrels. I mean, this is a lot of grape juice, waiting, resting patiently, hoping that one day it grows up and becomes a bottle of wine for you. Now let's go. These barrels here contain the Walter Clore Reserve, which is certainly one of Columbia Crest's most well-known wines, and it's a red Bordeaux blend. And what they do is they have this in here, and then they can pull from other barrels some Cab or some Merlot to help fill into this blend. And oh, look who's here! Hey, Juan, come on over here. Here's my good buddy Juan. How you doing? Good. Hey, welcome. Thank you very much. Hey, tell us a little bit about what's going on with these barrels here and what people are looking at.
Yeah, so this is our reserve program at Columbia Crest, which is less than 1% of what we do in total production. So 100% brand new French oak, handpicked grapes from a handful of vineyards in the Columbia Valley. Mm-hmm. We bring the wines into the winery, the grapes into the winery, ferment them in small batches, and right then during fermentation we put the blend together, the final assemblage, very much in the Bordeaux style, put the Grand Cuvée together many times before the end of malolactic fermentation, and it comes to this barrel and it stays here for 26 months. The winery is the largest producer of wine in the Northwest, the largest in Washington, built in 1982. We planted the first grapes in 1978, and we make now about 3.2 million cases of wine every year. We make about 40% whites, 60% reds. The kings are Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Syrah, lots of Syrah, Cabernet Franc, and the whites, Chardonnay. We have a huge barrel fermented Chardonnay program, about 10,000 barrels or so, and Riesling and the aromatics too, Gewürztraminer, Chenin Blanc, etc.
Right now we're in what is a massive production facility, over 20 acres worth of covered production facility here at Columbia Crest Winery. These are fermentation tanks. This is where all the white wines are fermenting or tanked while they're going to be produced into a Chardonnay. They also do the Domaine Saint Michel sparkling wines in this facility, as well as the Columbia Crest two vines, Columbia Crest Grand Estates, which is famous all over the world and certainly one of the best values in wine out there for approximately $10 a bottle. Just impossible to beat it. And then the next level up is the H3 program, which is Horse Heaven Hills viticultural area in Washington State, and then the Reserve program. But take a look around at all of these tanks. There are literally hundreds of them in here. It's an amazing vista of just, you know, cold jacketed stainless steel tanks where the wines ferment and then sit until they're bottled or racked into a barrel. Well, let's go take a look at some other stuff. Come on.
Just to put the winery in context, Washington State crushed 120,000 tons of grapes last year, and we did at Columbia Crest in Patterson 39,000 tons. So a big chunk of the Washington State production, which is the second largest in the country, it's done here at Columbia Crest. We also crushed some grapes and pressed and dejuiced some grapes for our sister winery, Chateau Saint Michel. They have the white winemaking facility in Woodinville, so we pressed some whites for them, and then we truck the juice. Wendy takes care of the wines in Woodinville.
Mucho trabajo, ya no lo aguanto. Siento que todos conmigo se están pasando. Quiero mudarme a una casa que esté en la playa.
Juan, this is the '09 Walter Core.
This is
close to the final blend.
as close to the final blend it's gonna get. The wines Columbia Crest aged together as a final blend, and this wine's been here since Halloween. That's last year.
How long will it age in the barrel before you bottle it?
It's gonna stay here until February 2012. So 26
months altogether. And how was the '09 harvest, the '09 projection for the quality of the wine, would you say?
The vintage was wonderful until about October 16th, when we had a really cold night that killed a few vines around the Columbia Valley. But before that, it was wonderful. After that, some of our Cabernets suffered a little bit since after one of those events. The photosynthesis stops, there's no more ripening of the grapes, and you just need to go out and harvest.
You got to pick.
But until that weekend, we did great. It was a wonderful vintage.
Good. So you would expect that the '09 is going to be consistent with other vintages of Walter Core?
We'll expect the '09 to be the best vintage of Walter Core.
Well, that's something to look forward to, isn't it? But we'll have to wait until 2012 to know. Except, here's a preview. One, cheers. Cheers. Once a year, everybody, one of the wine magazines that is probably the most widely read and certainly widely appreciated is the Wine Spectator magazine. And every year they put out an issue called their Top 100. And that would be this one right here, Top 100 Wines of the World. Well, year after year after year, that Wine of the Year distinction has gone to France, has gone to Italy, even gone to Spain, even gone to Chile, Cloapalta, which is a delicious wine, by the way. For the very first time, however, in 2009, a Washington State wine achieved the impossible, or at least 5 years ago or 10 years ago was certainly thought to be impossible. A Washington wine was selected as the Wine of the Year. That wine is this one right here, Columbia Crest Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon from the year 2005. My friend Juan and I are here enjoying a bottle of it, as if we had nothing else to do. Juan, can you give me an idea when you made the wine, what you were thinking? Did you ever in your wildest dreams imagine 95 points, Wine of the Year?
Never did. We knew everything came together in the '05 vintage as it was supposed to. The handful of vineyards that are part of the Cabernet Reserve harvested great. They fermented wonderfully. The blend came together wonderfully. And then as the wine aged, we knew it was special. I've never even imagined this, and never.
Yeah, I think it was difficult for anybody to imagine that kind of the sleeping giant would finally be awoken. And what this is really, I think speaks to and is an important thing to remember is this isn't just great for Columbia Crest, and of course it is. It's an amazing distinction and an honor to have achieved such a thing. But what it has done is put into focus for the international wine world, the wine drinking world. Washington has arrived. We're on the map, and we have wines that you better pay attention to. Would you agree?
Absolutely. About 10 years ago, the top 100, the top spot of the top 100 went for the Grange in Australian Shiraz. And it brought a lot of attention to Australian wines, especially the premium category in Australia. And now Australia is the #1 importer in the United States, and we're hoping this is going to do the same for Washington State.
I think it's wonderful, and for, on behalf of wine drinkers and lovers of wine like myself, thank you for being part of such a great wine and putting, the focus on our state, our wines, and the fact that, Washington has arrived, and we are the real deal. Juan, to the Wine of the Year, Columbia Crest Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wine Spectator Wine of the Year. And you know what? You might think a glass would make it taste better, but at the end of the day, That's what I'm talking about. That's real wine, and that's how you drink it.